Hello friend, welcome to back my channel Old Coins History. If you like the video, please like and subscribe. So let's get it started. The 1991 Malaysian 10-cent coin is part of the second series of Malaysian coinage that was introduced after the country had firmly established its independence and was in the process of shaping its identity through its national symbols, currency designs, and financial stability. The 10-cent coin of this period belongs to the family of coins that were in circulation from 1989 to 2011, designed to modernize Malaysia's coinage while still carrying forward national pride and traditional elements. When we examine the 1991 10-cent coin, we are not only looking at a small piece of metal that served as everyday currency, but also at a carefully crafted symbol of the nation's economy, history, and cultural representation. It is a reminder of Malaysia's post-independence economic growth, the modernization efforts of Bank Negara Malaysia, the central bank, and the balance between practicality and symbolic meaning in currency production. From a physical perspective, the 1991 10-cent coin was minted in a copper-nickel alloy, a material chosen for its durability, resistance to corrosion, and ability to retain a silvery appearance even after years of circulation. The coin is relatively small and lightweight, with a diameter of 19 mm, thickness of about 1.42 mm, and a weight of around 2.83 grams. Its size was deliberately set in proportion to the rest of the Malaysian coin series so that each denomination could be quickly identified by touch and sight, a feature that was especially useful in daily transactions in busy markets, shops, and transport systems. The edge of the coin is reeded, which is both a practical and security feature, making counterfeiting more difficult while also giving the coin a distinct tactile feel. On the obverse front of the coin, the design features the iconic hibiscus flower, Bunga Raya, which is the national flower of Malaysia. The hibiscus was adopted as Malaysia's national flower in 1960, and by placing it on the coin, the central bank ensured that a piece of national identity was embedded in everyday transactions. The hibiscus symbolizes beauty, life, and courage, and its 5 petals are often associated with the 5 principles of Malaysia's national philosophy, the Rukun Negara, which promotes belief in God, loyalty to king and country, upholding the constitution, rule of law, and good behavior morality. Beneath the hibiscus, the words, Bank Negara Malaysia, are inscribed, asserting the issuing authority of the coin, while the denomination, 10 sen, is placed prominently, ensuring that even at a glance the coin's value is clear. The year, 1991, is inscribed as well, recording its production date and linking it to Malaysia's economic and political conditions of that time. The reverse back of the coin shows a simple yet elegant motif. Like other coins of the same series, it bears a stylized design that emphasizes clarity and uniformity across denominations. This was a hallmark of the second coin series, which began in 1989, replacing the earlier first series that had been in use since Malaysia's independence in 1967. Unlike the first series, which bore strong motifs of traditional Malaysian crafts, the second series moved toward a cleaner, modern look while still keeping essential national elements intact. The denomination, 10, is large and central on the coin, accompanied by the sen unit to remove any doubt in its value. From a historical perspective, the 1991 Malaysian 10-cent coin belongs to a period of remarkable transformation in Malaysia. The early 1990s were years of rapid economic growth, industrial expansion, and modernization under Prime Minister Mahathir Mohamed's Vision 2020 plan. Malaysia was diversifying its industries, improving infrastructure, and aiming to become a fully developed nation within 3 decades. Coins like the 10 sen were an everyday reflection of this modernization. The currency system was stable, with the Malaysian ringgit (MYR) being relatively strong during that period. The 10 sen coin was of meaningful value. It could purchase small items like sweets, bus fares, or contribute to the cost of meals in school canteens. In rural towns, 10 sen was still significant, while in urban areas it was an essential part of making change. This demonstrates how currency not only functions in financial systems but also adapts its significance based on context, geography, and socio-economic conditions. In terms of mintage, the 10 sen coin was mass-produced in 1991, along with other denominations, to meet the demands of Malaysia's growing economy and population. Coins were struck at the Kuala Lumpur Mint, which was the primary facility responsible for producing Malaysia's coinage at the time. The mint ensured high-quality production with precise dimensions and durability, since these coins were expected to remain in circulation for decades. Although the exact mintage numbers for 1991 may not be as widely available as more recent issues, it is clear that millions of 10-cent coins were produced, making them common in circulation but still collectible today, especially in uncirculated or proof conditions. Collectors today see the 1991 10-cent coin as part of Malaysia's numismatic heritage. While it is not considered rare, its value lies in its place in the second series, its representation of Malaysian identity, and its connection to an era of national growth. Coins in pristine condition, brilliant uncirculated (BU) or proof specimens, can fetch higher values among collectors, while heavily circulated pieces typically retain only face value. Still, even circulated coins hold sentimental and historical value, as they connect collectors with the everyday life of Malaysians in the early 1990s. The economic role of the coin in 1991 also deserves attention. Inflation was relatively controlled, and the 10-cent coin had purchasing power that would seem surprising today. It could be used in vending machines, public phones, and for small items in street markets. Public transportation systems, especially minibuses and trains, often required exact change, making coins like the 10-cent highly practical. For schoolchildren, carrying a handful of 10-cent coins was normal for daily allowances. Thus, beyond its material worth, the 1991 10-cent coin held social and cultural importance in everyday Malaysian life. If we place the 1991 10-cent coin in a broader regional context, it shares similarities with coinage of other Southeast Asian countries during the late 20th century. Many countries in the region opted for small, durable, nickel-based coins with simple yet nationally significant designs. For instance, Singapore's coins of the time featured national flowers and symbols, while Indonesia's rupiah coins bore national emblems. Malaysia's use of the hibiscus fits within this regional trend of embedding cultural identity into daily commerce. However, Malaysia maintained a unique balance of modern and traditional features, ensuring that its coins were not only functional but also recognizable symbols of national pride. Over time, as Malaysia transitioned to its third series of coins in 2012, the 1991 10-cent coin and its series were gradually withdrawn from circulation. The new series introduced smaller, lighter coins with updated designs to reduce production costs and improve functionality. Nevertheless, many Malaysians still remember using the older second series coins, and for collectors, the 1991 10-cent remains a nostalgic reminder of a past era. In summary, the 1991 Malaysian 10-cent coin is a small yet meaningful artifact of national history. Its design featuring the hibiscus flower, its production in durable copper-nickel, and its circulation during a period of rapid modernization make it much more than a simple piece of currency. It reflects Malaysia's identity, economy, and cultural heritage of the early 1990s. For numismatists, it represents an important chapter in the evolution of Malaysian coinage, while for ordinary Malaysians, it was a daily companion in markets, buses, schools, and homes. This combination of functionality, symbolism, and historical context ensures that the coin continues to be studied, collected, and appreciated today. The 1997 Malaysian 10-cent coin is part of the second series of Malaysian circulation coins, which were introduced in 1989 and remained in use until 2011. This second series was designed to replace the earlier first series that had been circulating since 1967, bringing in a cleaner, more modern look while still retaining important symbols of national identity. The 10-cent denomination was among the most commonly used coins in Malaysia during the 1990s, a decade defined by rapid industrialization, modernization, and shifting economic landscapes. The 1997 issue, therefore, stands not only as a functional piece of currency but also as a symbol of Malaysian life in the late 1990s. From a physical standpoint, the 1997 10-cent coin was struck in copper-nickel alloy, a durable material chosen for its resistance to wear and tarnish while maintaining a bright silvery appearance. The coin measures 19 mm in diameter, has a thickness of around 1.42 millimeters, and weighs 2.83 grams. These specifications were standardized across the second series to ensure uniformity and ease of recognition. The edge is reeded, a feature that not only gave the coin a distinct texture but also acted as a deterrent against counterfeiting. This size and weight made it convenient to carry in bulk and easily distinguishable from other denominations such as the 5-sen and 20-sen coins. On the obverse front of the 1997 10-sen coin, the design prominently features the bunga raya hibiscus flower, Malaysia's national flower. The hibiscus was officially declared the national flower in 1960 and symbolizes courage, vitality, and unity. Its 5 petals are often associated with the 5 principles of the Rukun Negara, Malaysia's national philosophy: belief in God, loyalty to king and country, the supremacy of the constitution, the rule of law, and good behavior, morality. This symbolic connection ensured that every Malaysian, in daily financial transactions, carried with them a piece of the country's guiding philosophy. The hibiscus design is bold and easily recognizable, ensuring the coin retained a strong cultural identity while maintaining modern aesthetics. Surrounding the flower is the inscription, Bank Negara Malaysia, affirming the central bank as the issuing authority. Beneath the hibiscus lies the denomination, 10 sen, clear and simple for quick identification. Finally, the year of minting, 1997, is placed prominently, tying the coin to its historical and economic context. The reverse back of the coin follows the minimalistic approach of the second series. The numeral, 10, is large and centered, with the word, sen, just below it, making the denomination unmistakable. This emphasis on simplicity and clarity was a deliberate choice by Bank Negara Malaysia, ensuring that coins would be easily readable by Malaysians of different backgrounds and ages, including those in rural areas where literacy rates varied. Unlike the earlier first series, which included more traditional motifs, the second series moved toward modern functionalism while still grounding the design in national symbolism through the hibiscus. Historically, 1997 was a year of enormous significance for Malaysia and Southeast Asia as a whole. It was the year of the Asian financial crisis, which struck in July 1997 and had profound impacts on the economies of Malaysia, Thailand, Indonesia, South Korea, and beyond. Prior to the crisis, Malaysia had enjoyed years of rapid economic growth, fueled by industrialization, exports, and foreign investment. By 1997, Malaysia's cities were booming, infrastructure was expanding, and the nation was on track with its Vision 2020 goals of becoming a developed nation. However, the crisis exposed vulnerabilities in financial systems, leading to currency devaluation and economic hardship. The 1997 10-sen coin thus becomes symbolic of this turbulent year. While it remained a small denomination in everyday transactions, it was also circulating during one of the most economically challenging times in Malaysia's modern history. Despite the crisis, the 1997 10-sen coin continued to play a vital role in daily life. It was a common coin in circulation, used in a variety of contexts, paying for bus rides, public telephones, vending machines, and small purchases in markets and shops. For schoolchildren, a handful of 10-sen coins was still meaningful, representing pocket money for snacks or drinks. In both rural villages and urban centers, the 10-sen coin was indispensable for making change. While the purchasing power of 10 sen declined compared to the 1970s or 1980s, it still held practical everyday value in 1997. In terms of mintage, the 1997 10 sen coin was mass-produced by the Kuala Lumpur Mint to meet the needs of a growing population and expanding economy. Millions were struck, making it a common issue, though coins from this year remain of particular interest to collectors because of their connection to the Asian financial crisis era. High mintages ensured widespread circulation, and as a result, most surviving examples today are found in circulated condition, often showing signs of wear. From a numismatic perspective, the 1997 Malaysian 10 sen coin is not considered rare, but it holds value for collectors as part of a complete set of second series coins. Its significance lies more in its historical context than in its scarcity. Collectors value uncirculated or proof condition coins from this year, and such specimens can be worth more than face value, particularly when preserved as part of official Bank Negara Malaysia proof sets. Circulated coins, however, generally retain only their face value. Still, even circulated coins serve as fascinating reminders of a pivotal year in Malaysia's economic history. The economic role of the 10-cent coin in 1997 must also be understood in the broader context of the financial crisis. As the Malaysian ringgit lost value against the US dollar and other foreign currencies, everyday Malaysians faced rising prices and economic uncertainty. Coins such as the 10-cent became more critical in daily budgeting, as households stretched their ringgit further to make ends meet. The crisis highlighted the importance of even small denominations in sustaining everyday commerce. Despite inflationary pressures, coins like the 10-cent maintained their utility for small payments, particularly in public services and food markets. Regionally, the 1997 Malaysian 10-cent coin aligns with similar trends in Southeast Asian coinage during the period. Neighboring countries such as Indonesia and Thailand also issued small denomination coins in copper, nickel or similar alloys, with simple modern designs that emphasized clarity and durability. The shared experience of the Asian financial crisis ties these coins together historically, but Malaysia's distinctive hibiscus design ensured that its coinage retained a unique national character. By the time Malaysia introduced its third series of coins in 2012, the 1997 10-cent coin and others of the second series were gradually withdrawn from circulation. The newer coins were lighter, smaller, and cheaper to produce, reflecting changes in global minting practices. Nevertheless, many Malaysians continue to recognize and remember the older second series coins, associating them with their childhood, school years, and the everyday life of the 1990s. For collectors and historians, the 1997 issue is especially meaningful because of its connection to one of the most challenging and transformative years in Malaysia's modern economic history. In conclusion, the 1997 Malaysian 10-cent coin is more than just a small denomination of currency. It represents a convergence of national symbolism, economic reality, and historical events. Its design reflects Malaysia's pride in the hibiscus flower and the Rukun Negara. Its material and dimensions reveal a careful balance between durability and practicality, and its circulation during the Asian financial crisis gives it unique historical significance. For Malaysians, it was a familiar coin used in everyday life, while for numismatists, it is a collectible piece of the late 20th century story of Southeast Asia. Its enduring legacy lies in its ability to capture the essence of a nation navigating both prosperity and hardship, all embodied in a tiny silver-colored coin that passed through countless hands in 1997. The 2012 Malaysian 10-cent coin marks the beginning of a new chapter in the nation's currency history, as it belongs to the third series of Malaysian circulation coins, launched officially by Bank Negara Malaysia on 16 July 2012 and put into circulation on 16 January 2012. This third series represented a major shift in Malaysia's coinage system, both in design and physical composition, aimed at making the coins lighter, more cost-effective, more durable, and more user-friendly. As such, the 2012 10-cent coin is not just a simple monetary unit, it is a national symbol, a reflection of modernization, and a cultural artifact carefully crafted to connect Malaysia's history, traditions, and aspirations with its daily economic life. Physically, the 2012 10-cent coin is smaller and lighter than its predecessor from the second series. It was minted in nickel-plated steel, replacing the copper-nickel alloy of the earlier issues. This change significantly reduced production costs, making the coin more economical to mint while ensuring long-lasting durability and resistance to wear. The coin has a diameter of 18.8 millimeters, a weight of 2.98 grams, and a thickness of around 1.5 millimeters. Its edge is reeded, which provides not only tactile recognition but also a safeguard against counterfeiting. The adoption of nickel-plated steel also gave the coin a shinier silvery finish, distinct in appearance from the duller copper-nickel alloy coins of the previous series. The size reduction across the third series was part of a broader global trend, where central banks aimed to produce coins that were easier to carry, environmentally efficient, and more practical for vending machines and modern payment systems. The obverse front design of the 2012 10-sen coin underwent a significant transformation compared to the second series. At the center of the design is the sulur kekang motif, a traditional Malay design element featuring stylized bean vine patterns. This intricate motif reflects Malaysia's deep cultural heritage, drawing inspiration from traditional arts, crafts, and architecture. The use of sulur kekang represents continuity, fertility, and growth, symbolizing the nation's progress while rooted in cultural traditions. Above the motif is the inscription, Bank Negara Malaysia, denoting the issuing authority, while below it is the coin's denomination, 10 sen, prominently displayed. The year of minting, 2012, is inscribed at the bottom, tying the coin to its specific historical and economic context. The hibiscus flower, which was the dominant motif in the second series, was no longer the central element, but Malaysia's national flower still appears subtly in the overall design of the third series, ensuring continuity of national identity. On the reverse side, the design of the 2012 10-sen coin is modern and symbolic. It prominently features the large numeral, 10, with the word, sen, placed clearly beneath it. Alongside this denomination, the design incorporates motifs inspired by Malaysia's rich cultural heritage. The traditional sulur kekang pattern is stylized around the numeral, symbolizing the beauty of Malaysian traditional artistry while giving the coin a distinct modern aesthetic. This merging of cultural and contemporary elements reflects the third series philosophy, bridging Malaysia's traditions with its modern aspirations. The introduction of the third series in 2012 was a carefully planned move by Bank Negara Malaysia. The second series 1989-2011 had served the country well for over 2 decades, but changing economic conditions, minting costs, and the need for modernization demanded an update. The new series was not only smaller and lighter but also more cost-efficient and environmentally sustainable. Nickel-plated steel was cheaper to produce and more durable, allowing the central bank to manage resources more effectively. Additionally, the new coins were designed to be more user-friendly in modern coin-operated machines, such as vending machines, parking meters, and ticketing systems, which required precise dimensions and consistent magnetic properties. Historically, the year 2012 was significant for Malaysia. The country was continuing its development toward the goals outlined in Vision 2020, with a growing middle class, rapid urbanization, and increased integration into the global economy. The release of the third series coins symbolized Malaysia's readiness to embrace modernization while staying rooted in its traditions. The design of the 10-sen coin, with its sulur kekang motif, tied the coin to cultural continuity, reminding Malaysians of their heritage while they engaged in modern economic life. In everyday economic usage, the 10-sen coin of 2012 remained an essential denomination, though its purchasing power had declined compared to earlier decades. It was commonly used for rounding off small amounts in transactions, paying for parking meters, vending machines, and as change in shops and markets. For schoolchildren, the 10-sen coin was still part of daily allowances, though it no longer carried the same value as it had in the 1980s or 1990s. Nevertheless, its presence in circulation was vital for small-scale transactions, ensuring efficiency and convenience in Malaysia's cash economy. From a collector's perspective, the 2012 10-sen coin is noteworthy as the first issue of the third series. Coins from the first year of a new series always carry added historical and numismatic interest, as they mark the beginning of a new era. While the 2012 10-sen coin was produced in large quantities for circulation, uncirculated and proof specimens are highly valued by collectors. Bank Negara Malaysia also issued official collector's sets in 2012, featuring proof and brilliant uncirculated coins of all denominations, which are sought after in the numismatic community. For ordinary Malaysians, however, the coin remains a nostalgic reminder of a transitional moment in the nation's currency history. Culturally, the 2012 10-sen coin is rich in symbolism. By choosing the sulur kekang motif, Bank Negara highlighted Malaysia's traditional artistry and the enduring importance of agriculture and fertility in the nation's identity. The motif's flowing, interconnected vines symbolize continuity and unity, reminding Malaysians of their cultural roots in an increasingly globalized world. The transition from the hibiscus-centered second series to the sulur kekang motif in the third series also reflects a broader cultural narrative. The hibiscus symbolized national pride and independence, while the sulur kekang emphasized heritage, continuity, and growth. Together, they represent Malaysia's journey from independence to modernization, anchored in cultural traditions. Economically, the 2012 10-sen coin was part of Malaysia's efforts to adapt to changing financial realities. With inflation reducing the purchasing power of small coins, the role of the 10-sen became increasingly practical, useful for exact change, vending systems, and small rounding differences. Yet, its continued presence in circulation reinforced the idea that even small denominations had a role in ensuring efficiency in daily commerce. For poorer communities in rural areas, small coins like the 10-sen still held everyday significance, proving essential in small-scale transactions. In a regional and global context, Malaysia's 2012 third series of coins aligned with trends in other countries that were also redesigning their currency during the early 21st century. Countries like Singapore, Indonesia, and the Philippines updated their coins around the same period, often choosing smaller, lighter, and cheaper to produce materials. Malaysia's adoption of nickel-plated steel placed it within this regional modernization trend, while its distinctive cultural motifs ensured that its coins remained uniquely Malaysian. In conclusion, the 2012 Malaysian 10-sen coin is a coin of great significance, not just as a means of exchange but as a cultural and historical artifact. It symbolizes the modernization of Malaysia's coinage system, the balance between tradition and progress, and the nation's adaptation to new economic realities. Its sulur kekang motif connects Malaysians with their cultural roots, while its practical features make it fit for use in a modern economy. For collectors, it marks the start of a new coinage era, while for ordinary Malaysians, it was a familiar companion in daily life from 2012 onward. Small yet meaningful, the 2012 10-sen coin stands as a lasting symbol of Malaysia's identity, resilience, and progress in the 21st century.